Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. So we're starting off, of course, focusing on what is going to be one to remember, the Independence Day Parade 2024 and the routes and restrictions. Joining us this morning in studio is Lieutenant Isaiah Edmond of the Trinidad and Tobago Regiment and Warrant Officer Class 1 Rian Dillon, Force Command Senior Enlisted Advisor of the Defence Force. Good morning to both of you and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome.
Thank you so much for being here with us this morning. And I know that you're both probably extremely busy giving preparations for the rehearsals. And as we mentioned that, Lieutenant, let's start with you. How many rehearsals have been conducted in preparation for the parade?
To date, we had 3 rehearsals. The first one was on Monday, the 26th. The second one was on Tuesday. And the final one was yesterday, which was the dress rehearsal that was on Thursday.
Okay. And what about the contingents? How many are participating and what has that been like?
So we have 2 contingents. We have the unarmed and the armed contingent. With the armed contingent, we have 11 detachments, and in the unarmed, we have 14. In the unarmed, you will have persons from the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service, and in the armed, you'll have from the Trinidad and Tobago Regiment and Trinidad and Tobago Police Service.
Lieutenant, is there a difference when it comes to preparations for the contingents, the unarmed and the armed, and what are those differences?
It's the same thing. So all persons on parade will be doing drill, which is execution of short, sharp movements for a duration of time. So there's no difference, really. We're all working together on the same day.
Beautiful. And okay, so let's bring you into the conversation. Good morning again, Warrant Officer, and
Good
welcome.
morning.
Let's speak about the route for the parade after marching off the parade square. Can you walk us through it?
So the route march after marching off the parade square is from the Queen's Park Savannah onto Frederick Street heading south. We turn right onto Park Street heading west, and then we turn right on Green Corner, where it's normally called Green Corner, that is onto St. Vincent Street, onto Traggart, back onto Traggart Road, and we continue straight down to Traggart Road onto Roxy Roundabout, where we'll go on to the Western Main Road, and then the final leg is turning right onto Long Circular Road, and the dismissal ground is the Ken Cook Field at the St. James Police Barracks.
Now, as you mentioned that with the dismissal at the barracks itself, it's not really something that the public engage in. What takes place?
So that is just the dismantling of the parade. So that is where at the Savannah, you will have the putting on certain elements of the parade. That will be the officers following in the colors being put on. And it's just the reverse in that aspect. The officers will fall out, then the colors for the different agencies that have colors on parade will be dismissed, and then the parade sergeant major will dismiss the troops that would have fallen initially at the beginning.
Okay. Now, Lieutenant, we're coming back to you. You just mentioning both contingents. If we could go back to that for a moment, because we know, of course, as the public watching, a lot of people are on the ground for this, a lot of officers. How many would you say estimated are going to be partaking in the parade?
We can say close to about 2.
I can answer that.
Okay.
So on the parade ground itself, you'll have a total of 1,200 persons, right? Because of the detachments that left on Eastmond but identified from the Defence Force itself, there's the 2 detachments from the Trinidad and Tobago Regiment, 2 detachments from the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard, 2 detachments from the Trinidad and Tobago Air Guard, and 1 detachment from the Trinidad and Tobago Defence Force Reserves. You have 2 detachments from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service and 2 detachments from the Trinidad and Tobago Cadet Force. That will be the armed detachments. And to the unarmed detachments to the rear, you'll have 2 detachments of the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service, 2 detachments of the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service. Then you'll have 1 detachment of the Special Reserve Police, 1 detachment of the Municipal Police. We have 1 new addition, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service Paramilitary Youth Club, so that's the youth and volunteer organizations we're getting into there now. And then we have 1 detachment of the traffic wardens. And then from there we go into the youth and volunteer organizations. You will have MILAT, Civilian Conservation Corps, St. John's Brigade, Red Cross, Scouts TT, and Pentecostal Crusaders. And that will round off the detachments. And then we have the mass bands to the back that play the musical accompaniment. You have 4 bands, 1 band from the Trinidad and Tobago Regiment, and bands from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, Fire Service, and Prison Service. And they provide the musical accompaniment. So that will give you the close to 1,200 persons on the parade ground itself. On the route march, there's additional bands that come on, because we have a total of 7 bands. So you have the Cadet Force, Scouts, and St. Patrick's Brigade Band, and they will round off the entire route march to around 1,500 persons.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that. A lot of people, a lot of management taking place.
Yes.
All right, Lieutenant, now let's speak about the major parade appointments this year. What are they?
So we have 4 major parade appointments. The first one will be the parade commander. That position will be held by Captain Naval Zinmar King. The parade second in command will be held by Lieutenant Colonel Dwayne Edwards. The third position is the parade adjutant. That is held by Squadron Leader Karen Dookie. And then the final one that a lot of people look forward to would be the parade sergeant major, which is being held by Warrant Officer Class 1 Carlton Alfonso.
Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing that. And we're going to come back to you now, Officer Dillon. Are there any surprises we can expect from the parade?
There's always surprises. This year we have the inspection and review of the parade by Her Excellency first. And then from there we'll have a march pass in quick time for the detachments on parade. They will pay compliments on the march. And then from there we'll have a display by the K9 unit of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. And followed, we will have a fly past display from the Trinidad and Tobago Air Guard and also from the National Helicopter Services Limited. Once that is completed, you will have the drive past of the mechanical units or the vehicles that are assigned to the agencies. And then once that is completed, you have a display again by the mounted branch of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. They do have a display. Most of the displays are between 3 to 4 minutes. And once that is completed, you will have the parade will advance review order. That is actually the final or compliment paid to Excellency, where you'll get the national anthem played and the 21-gun salute, which is the salute to the nation for Independence Day.
Absolutely beautiful. What can the public look forward to on the route itself?
On the route is basically the troops that were on the square. They will be marching along the route. You will have the bands and detachments. So all the bands that will be there will be providing musical accompaniment for all the detachments that we identified. And we will also have the vehicles that would have taken part on the drive past display will be to the rear of the parade.
Okay, wonderful. And what about, and we can go to both of you for this, so we're going to start with you first, Warrant Officer. What about advice to the public when it comes to the day of the parade?
So the day of the parade, well, we have the legal notice in place. The traffic restrictions start from 6 a.m. on the morning. It goes till 1 a.m. on the Sunday morning. So just be aware of the legal notice. Also, the sun is very hot, so hydrate as much as possible. Listen to the security personnel that are around, because they will be managing the route march and those kind of different things. They have their plans and their operations in place. So, and also be careful on the streets because of the amount of different elements that we have on the route march. We don't want people to be crossing the streets and get injured or anything like that. But the security personnel will deal with those things. Okay,
excellent. And Lieutenant, do you have any words of wisdom for the public?
Just one word of wisdom, to just take your time when you arrive at the grandstand.
Right.
Listen to the security to make sure that when you get in there, everyone wants to get a seat, but it's just okay to wait and follow instructions.
Yeah, something I think we can all apply to every aspect of our lives as well. All right, so we've gotten into the details of the parade. Now let's get a little bit more into both of you, as of course members of the Protective Services. You know what, Officer Dillon, I'm going to start with you.
Why you?
You responded first, and I think also we know that you work hard. This is clear by what you've shared as well. But what about being able to enjoy the moment? Are there any particular memories that you have of the parade that are your favorites, that resonate with you?
So for me, I would have been the parade sergeant major for the parade in 2019. That was just before the COVID would have hit. So I would have been one of the persons getting the parade back in stream in 2022. So doing the parade as a parade sergeant major is basically the ultimate for somebody in the Defense Force. After you do a parade like Independence, there's nothing else other than that feeling.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And congratulations, Lieutenant.
Well, for me, during my 8 years of service, I remembered, going along the route march and seeing the love from the citizens. And it's not something that you receive every day. And I know that a lot of the persons who are actually on the parade feel the same way. To see the patriotism, to see the respect, to see the care for the ability for our nation to celebrate something and persons coming out. I mean, from the youngest to the oldest. Yes. That for me is one of the things I look forward to. And also just to see, you know, Her Excellency's ensign, which is her flag, to see that pass and pay compliments to that means that I'm saluting and serving something greater than myself.
Oh, most definitely. Both quite emotional and well said, both of you. And as we close, if you wouldn't mind, can you kindly, both of you, share an Independence Day greeting to Trinidad and Tobago? This time, Lieutenant Eastmond, if you could kindly go first, you can take a look at this camera right here and share an Independence Day greeting.
I want to give a greeting to the citizenry of Trinidad and Tobago. And I would like to tell you all, continue to move forward despite all challenges. Continue to celebrate the wins and move forward in despite of it all. And have an excellent 62nd anniversary parade.
Wonderful. And Officer Dillon?
Right. To the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago and all citizens, I wish a happy 62nd independence anniversary. It's a trying time, but these are one of the moments that really elevate us as citizens and make us proud to be Trinidadians.
Wonderful. And thank you so much to both of you. All the best as you go on the parade, and of course, remember to stay hydrated.
Yes.
Speaking about the route parade, of course, the parade route rather, happening tomorrow morning right here in Trinidad and Tobago as we celebrate 62 years of independence. Stay tuned. There's more coming up on the Now Morning Show after this break.